Hey guys, Crazy Dash here, and welcome back to another Train Sim World 3 stream. Hopefully everyone is doing well on this lovely Thursday afternoon, or whatever time it is where you live. Anyways, today we will be playing Cajon Pass. Now, I don't think I've actually streamed Cajon Pass before on this channel, other than when I did my first look of it back when Train Sim World 3 released. So I decided we shall play this today. And the plan for this stream is to do a full-length run of the entire route. And of course, we're going to be going between Barstow and San Bernardino, so we can go down the rugged 3% gradient. And we're gonna make sure that we get in a very heavy train for more fun. So let's get right into it. So let's go into timetable mode. So it should take us about 3 hours to go from Barstow to San Bernardino. So let's see what happens. So we choose the ES44C4 and let's find a service. I want to find something that we're relatively heavy, like maybe 14,000 tons. Let's see. I think the intermodal trains are lighter, so I'm going to avoid intermodal. Let's see, a manifest train, San Bernardino to Hesperia, Barstow to Victorville. It's an auto rack train. I don't know how heavy auto rack trains are. We'll take a look. I can take a look. Yeah, Barstow to Victorville, that sounds ideal. Of course, we'll have dynamic weather on. Actually, do I want dynamic weather? Whatever. If the service seems good, then I'll leave it on. Cause I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to just drive in some clear weather, especially considering it's California, where we get almost no rain, especially in the desert. So having dynamic weather on is a bit redundant. We're only 5,400 tons. I think I'm gonna change. Okay, so we're not gonna do an intermodal or auto rack service. So probably like a manifest train or something along those lines. Oh yeah, let's see who we got in the chat. We got Caltrain 919 fan and Thai Southern Railroader. Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's see. Let's find... I want to try to get a super heavy train because I like heavy trains. So let's see. Got a grain train. That might be ideal. So I might do this one. What else we got? Forgot how heavy. I just want to see. I'm just gonna choose a random search just to see how heavy the manifest trains are. I think they're heavy. Also, hello Neil TV. Welcome to the stream. I'm just curious. 6.9 thousand tons. Not that heavy. So I guess I'll go with... It looks like most of the heavier trains are rather like grain trains, cement trains. Anything along those lines looks like to be the heaviest. Alright, let's try again. Timetable. ES44. Alright, so I might do that grain train that I saw. Victorville, where was it? I saw it. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, Barstow to Victorville. This should probably be ideal. And we're gonna set this to custom weather and we'll just turn on light clouds. This will give us some relatively nice weather. And we'll leave it in January. Why not? We're starting at 11:30 a.m. This will definitely be interesting. The grains can be heavy, around 15,000 tons. Alright, well then I'm in for a treat. I wish it told you this stuff on the menu. Okay, yep. Alright. Yep, definitely doing this service. Hello Willie J Railfan, welcome to the stream. Alright, so we will do this and we're gonna do a full length run. So let's get underway. So first, let's get the train all set. First and foremost, you know what? It's January, so I don't think we need to turn the fan on. Turn on the gauge lights. Let's see. Enable the generator field. We don't need any of that. Insert the reverser. Alright, let's enable banking comm. Let's see, headlights. Set to bright auxiliary. I'm gonna try to be accommodating to other trains by dimming them when we pass other trains and whatnot. Let's see, what do we got back here? Let's see, crossing lights. No, we probably don't want cab signals on because I think it has problems if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know if it works right. Distributed power is enabled. This is all good. Now I need to turn on. Number lights are on. We need to turn on control comp. I'm not entirely sure what that function is, but people have been telling me that I need to have that on. So make sure we have that. Get a window open, because why not? Get a little bit of fresh air in here. Yeah, let's get a heater on. We'll do mid-heat. That sounds nice. And I think we are good to go. So I'm going to release the air brakes. I couldn't manage one on the 3% downhill. Well, I have done it off stream before, so I'll do it again. But you have to be mad careful. You have to be going. You really only want to be going between 10 and 15 miles per hour for most of it. So it's definitely a really difficult challenge, but it is doable. All right, I think we are all good to go. So I say we get moving. Just take a look at our train before we get going. So let's see, we got 4 trains on the lead. Got lots of grain cars, and then we got 3 helper units on the back. Might as well also get a side picture. Beautiful. The cab signal fuses the alerter. There's no in-cab signaling on this route. Oh, okay, because I thought cab signaling was like PTC or something. Alrighty then. Okay, yeah, that explains everything. Alright, so let's get going. Let's get some power, and then we'll release the brakes. And off we go. I'm gonna do relatively minimal power just to get the train, or to get rid of all the slack in the couplers, and then we will begin to accelerate. And plus the speed limit's only 30 miles an hour, so we don't need to go into full power just yet. Yeah, hopefully at some point, like when Dovetail makes more US freight routes, that they try to implement PTC, because I think they tried to do it on Sherman Hill, but it just like didn't work properly. So now we're going all the way to Victorville, where we will conduct a brake test. Beautiful. I don't know why, but the BNSF logo is just so striking, especially just in the GEVO. Right. Ah, okay, that's pretty neat. Get a little more power going. We got 27 miles to Victorville, although that's definitely not right, because obviously that's just flying distance to there. So we're gonna go all the way around. Let's see, just make sure, yeah. Alright, we're good to go. Just making sure the speed limit didn't go down any. We're going to be able to proceed up to 55. I'm not sure we're able to go up to 60. But I'm still trying to debate whether that's whether that's realistic or not, because I swear I've seen videos of like freight trains going like 60 to 70 miles per hour on at least this stretch of the route. But I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just maybe just a freight train just looks super fast when it's going 50-ish miles an hour, but who knows. I know on like on Union Pacific's Sunset route, I think trains are able to go at least 60 on there, because the route's just completely flat, so trains are able to get away with going those high speeds without too much risk. Alright, yeah, so we shall proceed up to 55. Sherman Hill cab signaling is very intrusive in TSW. DTG could have looked from the TS version of the route as it was working as intended. Oh, okay. Now I actually don't have Sherman Hill on TS, so yeah. Well, that's useful to know. I mean, I feel like just the TSW version of Sherman Hill is just not. It's just not as good as the TS version. And it's pretty sad because Sherman Hill has the potential of being a pretty solid US freight route, but I think my biggest problem with it is just the scenery is just very, very poor on it. So everything just feels very like empty and bland. But on this route, the scenery feels a lot more. It feels a lot more dense and whatnot. So it doesn't feel like everything's half empty, even though we're out in the middle of nowhere. Now there are some dead spots on this route, but it definitely is a lot less noticeable than on Sherman Hill. Especially like in the Laramie area, there's just like all these, it just looks like they just slapped like a bunch of buildings and roads, and that was it. It just didn't look good. Alright, so now I can proceed up to 55 miles per hour, so I will go into full power now. I believe this then heads up to the Mojave subdivision, and then I believe that's the SEMA subdivision. I keep forgetting what all the subdivisions are, and then I think the other one that I was looking at was the Needle subdivision. Hello, Smarty Fish, welcome to the stream. So it looks like the alerter sounds like every 30 to 60 seconds whenever you don't touch the controls or something. If the alerter goes off again, I'm gonna just touch the throttle and see if that acknowledges it. Slowly gaining speed. It's definitely interesting to see like the difference between the trucks on ES44C4 in comparison with the AC. Now I think like one thing Dovetail didn't mention about the ES44C4 is that I think, now I could be wrong about this, but I believe the wheels only get traction on the two outer wheels. I don't think the center wheel gets any sort of traction, which I believe is supposed to improve traction, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not too fully sure. The level of detail in the modeling on the string is really well done. Also like the small like weathering, especially on the front, the weathering looks really nice on this string. So like they look clean from a distance, but once you get really close to them, they definitely do show their dirtiness, especially the fuel tanks. Okay, so you have to press the button to acknowledge it. Hey, I want a hot dog. Wait, wait, come back. Got a scrapyard on our right. A lot of cars. Definitely see a lot of those here in California. Miles an hour. I'm probably gonna have us hold probably a little less than 55, because I don't think engineers are supposed to be going right at the speed limit, so I'll probably keep us around 50 miles an hour. But I guess because there's not a lot of I don't think there's any sort of downhill from here, so I guess I can go 55 if I wanted. But I'm guessing in real life, engineers probably want to be closer to 50 miles an hour. So I'm going to pull back the power a little bit. It's a little bit downhill right here, but then it's mostly just flat with some 0.7% gradients from time to time. For light clouds, this definitely looks like a lot of clouds, to be fair. Kind of looks a lot more like heavy clouds than it is light clouds, but oh well, it looks cool. So really love the volumetric skies. Looks really good. Beautiful. Let's see here. There's a railroad crossing over here, so I might watch a train fly by at that crossing once we get closer to it. I do like the alerter sound. It sounds really nice. Got 22 miles to go till Victorville. A little more power going now. Might as well go fly ahead to watch our train fly by. And here it is. Give it a little more power. Lovely. How long is our train? 95. I believe we have 7 locomotives, that's 88 cars. Unless I somehow completely screwed up my math. Beautiful. And that pushes right on the tracks. Got 19 miles to go. All those cars just teleported in. Let's see, where are we on the map? Yep, we got a long ways to go. It looks like Victorville's about the halfway point, although it's definitely not the halfway point in terms of travel times. It's probably not going to be halfway until we get to like Hesperia or even the summit. A little more power. What do I play on? I play on Xbox Series S. It's kind of cool how you can see the gradient change right in front of you. just a little bit, just because of that downhill. Back on a 0.7, so I'm just gonna go near full power. Yeah, TS73 is a great game. Definitely been liking lots of the additions that have been done so far. Definitely really been enjoying it. Been loving lots of the new features as well, especially the new lighting and volumetric skies. So I'm gonna pull the power just a little bit. How long is our trip? Over a mile. Just gonna test the fan. Yes, it does animate. Lovely. Sun visor. Oh. It's better than like in the German trains where you can put a visor that blocks the entire windshield. I wonder if that would actually be possible. Just do an entire service where you're just driving with the sun visor completely down. That'd be a really difficult challenge. Have you seen the new route coming out? Which one are you talking about? You're talking about the US route or the route by Rivet? Because right now most people are speculating that it's Glasgow to Edinburgh. Which I don't know a lot about the route, but I heard it's really like express focused, so I think it would be a really interesting route. And the Class 85 looks really good. It's a little bit of a weird looking train, but it looks cool. It does look cool, in a way. Got a crossing coming up. We still don't know what the US route is, but I'm sure we'll find that out sooner than later. Wouldn't be surprised when we find it out on the next roadmap, which I believe is next week. Yeah, I think that's when Dovetail's return. I think Dovetail's returning to the office next week. If I am not, yeah, the Glasgow one. Yeah, so yeah, seems like a cool route. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about it, so I just need to see gameplay for it. But yeah. I'm definitely excited to see what the US route is. Yeah. Very much hoping that it's New Jersey Transit. Would absolutely love to see the operator in the game. It would definitely be a very different experience in terms of American content, since the LP45 and the LP46 handle so much differently than most other electric trains out there. and they're really good sounding. Just go down a notch of throttle, because we are going uphill now. Got 15 miles to Victorville. We've got a train coming up, so I am gonna dim the headlights. Alright. We are going downhill now, so I'm going to pull back the power. Probably just going to let the train coast, if anything. Probably a wise thing to do anyways, because I've been just leaving the train completely on, almost full power. Probably a good thing because this 0.5% greeting is definitely a lot longer than I'd anticipated. Okay, we are gaining speed. Let's see how much. Okay, it's not much longer. It's ending right now. Probably don't need to apply the brakes, because as soon as we start going up, we're gonna begin to lose speed. So I'll just let the train coast. So for future reference, I need to remember that there's this long 0.5% gradient on the route. Going. Down to notch 4. Going again. Do you have the Class 150? Yes, I do, but I really don't play it a whole lot. We got another train coming, so I'm gonna dim the headlights. Oh, it's an SD40 with 4 logos on the front. Don't see that every day. It's also a relatively short train. Do you know how to do the low horn? I'm unable to use, or I'm unable to use two-tone horns because I'm using the classic control scheme, which means I'm only allowed to use one horn unless I manually do it. So on immersion, now I do know how to do it on immersion controls, but I don't use immersion. I believe to do multiple tone horns on immersion controls, I believe you just hold down on Xbox it's the X. I think you just hold down the control shift button, which I believe is X. You hold that down and then you hold the horn, I believe. But since I'm using classic controls, I'm unable to do that. That's why I'm really hoping at some point Dovetail implements mappable controls, so I'd be able to make my own controller scheme. Because then I'd be able to get rid of things that I don't necessarily need, and be able to add things that I do need. Alright, let's get a little more power because we're about to go uphill again. We're hardly gaining speed. Got 10 miles to go. Yeah, we're definitely getting there. What does the classic controllers change? Well, the classic controllers is obviously it's the older control scheme that was used within Train Sim World 2020. And I'm trying to, I think the main thing, I'd say the biggest difference between immersion and classic is that with classic, you're able to pull up this window, like on PC, where you're able to go through the various different camera views. When with immersion controls, you're only able to use one. You're only able to change to one type of camera view, which I don't like. I don't think you're even able to take screenshots and stuff on the old or on immersion controls. I could be wrong about that though. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. The other difference is that to change the direction of the reverser, instead of using the D-pad, at least I think that's what it's called, you use the left Joy-Con to change the reverser. Other than that, I don't think there's really any other significant differences. We missed the whistle board there. Might as well fly ahead to watch our train fly by at the next crossing. I believe it's at about where the next curve is. I believe we're soon getting close to what's it called again? I forgot. Oro Grande, I believe. It was like a grain facility, or I think it's actually a cement facility. Could be wrong though. Let's get a little bit more power going. I think we might be able to see our train crest over the hill. That'd be cool. I'm gonna keep the HUD on just in case the alerter goes off. Okay, never mind, our train just popped in. Okay, yeah, we are going downhill, so I'm gonna pull back the power a bit. No gate sounds. Pull up the power just a little bit. Hear the couplers jolting. Lovely. Hello, Noah Hunt. Welcome to the stream. Got 5.9 miles to go to Victorville, where we shall conduct a brake test. Yep, the train's about a mile long. A little over a mile, I believe. Now, this is what I call economies of scale. Going 55 miles per hour in an 88 car freight train. No way that trucks would be able to match this kind of competition. For 2.4 miles, we got a yellow signal. I think we're now passing Oro Grande. Yeah, I believe this is Oro Grande. Back Thai Southern Productions. Or Thai Southern Railroader, my bad. Sorry about that. We got 4 miles to go. I believe eventually we're gonna have to slow down to 35 miles per hour. Gotta love some vintage American railroading. In 2.5 miles we got slow down to 35. remember all the way back when I got my first Railworks game. Cajon Pass was the first thing that I played. Interestingly, when it had only Union Pacific on this route, which is a bit strange. But yeah, I remember doing some really stupid stuff. Hold on, got a crossing coming up. See what the passenger speed limits are. It just says K. I have no idea what that means. Where's the speed limits? Oh, there they are. Oh, that's warning me of the 35 limit. Well, at least they gave you a pretty good warning for it. Okay. Oh, okay. So the slant signs are the warning signs. Just making sure. Oh, it says freight 45. Oh, okay. Alright, well, we're gonna start slowing down about now. Just gonna do a minimum application, and that should get us down relatively quickly. And we're going uphill, so that further helps us. I'm gonna release the brakes at around 40 miles per hour, I'd say. Took 3 days to get there. What service is this? This is service between Houston and San Diego. It's a grain train. It starts at 11:30. You know what, let's get the train down to like 30 miles per hour. We got a train coming ahead of us, so I shall dim the headlights. Obviously for safety reasons. So we don't blind the engineer. This part of the route has some really nice scenery. Does this service do the full line? No, it does not. This is going as far as Victorville, but then I'm just gonna return to Freerom, and then we should be continue down to San Bernardino. But yeah. I mean, to be fair, I honestly like that the services end at Victorville, and that's because in real life, I believe in real life, lots of engineers, they conduct brake tests in Victorville before they go down the Cajon Pass, because if they have faulty brakes, then that would be all bad. And there's already been 3 very bad accidents on the route in real life. So that's why brake tests are basically crucial. We got 1 mile to go. But I'm probably gonna hit the brakes full. Got a yellow signal. Oh, I just realized now that we were going downhill. I thought I saw a whistle board. I guess there isn't a crossing then. Alright. I say about now we hit the brakes. just a moment. Alright. Apply the brakes now. Be relatively gentle. Yeah, I definitely do agree. I think this is the best freight route in Train Sim World at the moment, and I definitely do really enjoy Sand Patch as well. Taking it down nice and gently. Let's see, 600 yards. I need to be a little bit. Yeah, let's get a little more brakes. Okay, I think we're looking okay. Probably gonna release the brakes in a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna release them now so that we don't undershoot. Okay, we are looking good right now in terms of our speed. Bring it in nice and gently. So we're conducting a brake test. How do you do the bell on Xbox? Are you using classic controls or immersion controls? Because if you're on immersion controls, then you're not able to trigger the bell with the controller. You have to, yeah, you have to do it. You can only do it with the classic controls. If you want to stay on immersion controls, then the bell is right here. Actually, I probably should trigger the bell right now. Oh, we're gonna overshoot a little bit. Just realized. Oh well, it's fine. It's not like it matters where I'm supposed to stop. And here we are. We made it to Victorville. Alright, it took us 48 minutes. Got a gold medal, and now let's return to free roam. And now we can proceed to San Bernardino. So our brake test has been successfully completed. So now I'm gonna apply the independent brake. We're gonna release the air brakes, let the its brakes release for just a moment. Because now this is where the route begins to get very hard. Got a couple SD40s here. Okay, so if you have the classic controls, then you need to turn on the bell. You just press the up button on the D-pad. So the cross-shaped control, it looks like a T. You press the top part. All right, let's get going. Let's get some power. Let's get some amps going before I release the brakes. And off we go. Yep, I'm level 700. That's right. Does it show it on here or? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I played this game for a bit. And honestly, I think my rank would be higher if my progress was accounted for Train Sim World 2020. Because of course when Train Sim World 2 released, our progress got restarted. So yeah. Okay. Throttle 5 now. Is there a max level? No, there is not. It's kind of more just like a bragging rights thing. Alright, the speed limit goes down to 35 in a mile and a half, so I'm probably not going to go any faster than that. So we've now reached the physical halfway point of the route. Yeah, that looks about halfway. But of course, in terms of time, definitely have not hit the halfway point yet. Probably not going to be until we hit the summit, or maybe Hesperia. Do you press the top of the T quick or long? You just tap it. Yeah, you don't have to hold it. Now we're in the town of Victorville. Might as well. Why have I never noticed all these houses on... Why have I never noticed all these buildings and houses on the hill? It looks pretty cool. Fly over to Victorville train station. That is a very, very nice looking station. I mean, the station building looks nice, but this is a station. So, I wonder what's up with like these bars and this fencing and stuff. It looks a little weird, not gonna lie. Hello, Rails of the State of Georgia. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, scenery-wise, the Victorville area is pretty nice. This part, oh yeah, this part I really like. I like all the bridges and stuff, all the Rocky Mountains. Yeah, the scenery was pretty decent on this one, so definitely. Big props to Dovetail. Definitely think they did a pretty decent job on the scenery for this route. Is it perfect? No, but it's definitely pretty decent. Alright, speed limit is 35. Speed limits up to 40 now. Just gotta wait for our train to pass it. And we should now be approaching the Frost crossover. I believe we're very close to it. Yep, it's right there. About to enter the Frost crossover, and I know a really good place to watch. I know a really good spot to watch our train go over the crossover at. Just gotta fly a little bit ahead. Probably should apply some power since now we're going up really steep hill. We are now officially transitioning from California into the UK, as now we will be driving on the left side of the tracks instead of the right. First cross-country border route in Train Sim World. Let's see if I can get a good. Oh, this looks nice. Yeah, this is the view. This is the view. I mean, like, look at that. That's just beautiful. Alright, now we can go full power. So now we're on a 1.6% gradient. Or Australia. Don't trains in Canada also run on the left, or am I just stupid? I keep forgetting what Canada does. This is definitely a really nice spot to watch trains on the crossover. Yeah, this definitely does look like Australia. Not a lot of deserts in. Definitely not a lot of deserts in Britain. British. Train's now going over the crossover. Beautiful. I'm still yet to have a service where I'm going over the crossover while a train goes underneath. That's just beautiful. Although I can see the back of the train rendering in. Definitely in the future, really hope Dovetail tries to put more focus into rendering, like finding ways to optimize the game so that improved rendering can be done. Definitely feel like it would make the game a lot more immersive, because right now the graphics in Train Sim World they're pretty decent, but I definitely feel like rendering is the biggest problem to the game's graphics, so definitely improving rendering would definitely be a great step forward towards making the graphics better. Okay, now a funny little story about this yard, at least I think this is it. So when I had Cajon Pass for Train Simulator, I remember when I believe there was like a scenario where you were in the Union Pacific SD40 and you had to do some switching stuff up here. But when I did it, I think I kept getting completely lost while doing the switching. Like I just kept forgetting like what I need to do. I don't think I ever successfully completed the scenario, but like I specifically remember this yard from being where that scenario is in Train Simulator, and remember seeing like all the mainline trains passing by and whatnot. Beautiful. And then I remember my other memory from initially getting this route, or Cajon Pass on Train Simulator. I remember going down the actual pass and I did not understand the concept of trains going too fast and curves can lead to derailing. So I derailed a lot. Gonna be at full power for basically the rest of the way all the way up to Summit. So it's gonna, from here on out, it's gonna be a relatively slow journey. Heading to San Bernardino. Yep, like the 3 different islands. Except the difference though is that I was not a runaway. It was just I had no idea what the frick I was doing. Except the first accident was caused because of the weight of the train being completely miscalculated. So the engineers thought that the train was significantly lighter. Many of the engines on the train had faulty brakes on them. And I think that was it. Those are the 2 main problems. The weight was super underestimated, or was undercalculated, and yeah, multiple engines on the train had faulty brakes. And then the second 2 accidents were caused because of a kinked air hose very early on in the train. Hello, SC Wisconsin Real Fan. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so now we're now entering the area of Hesperia, and down here is the Lucerne Valley subdivision. Now, the one thing I find oddly weird about Hesperia is that we got this nice and long straight section of track right here. And you got the town over here, but then you also have town over here, but there are literally no grade crossings or any way to get between these 2 sides of the track, which I find oddly weird. And I'm guessing that's what it's like in real life, but that's just very major lack of connectivity, that's for sure. Definitely going to be going relatively slow for the rest of the journey. But this is the easy part, because then we're going to be having to go down the Cajon Pass, which will be a lot of fun. And our train is over a mile long and is 14,000 tons. So we're definitely going to be in for a treat, to say the least. But I honestly, I genuinely wonder if this route actually is 90 miles. Like, it kind of doesn't feel like it. Maybe it's 90 miles in terms of, like, all the track that's on this route, because then there's, like, the two main lines and then this track. Maybe that's why it's 90 miles, but I could be completely wrong. The Cajon Pass is a great route. Definitely easily the best US freight route. And I feel like I'd be able to get a lot more enjoyment out of other freight routes if they implemented like the freight physics that are used on this route. Especially on Horseshoe Curve and Sandpatch Grade. Those 2 routes, if they got the improved freight physics and Sandpatch Grade got some longer freight trains, those would be really good routes. Definitely at some point I'd love to see Sandpatch Grade get a major upgrade. I wouldn't necessarily say major upgrade, but I definitely think it could use a timetable overhaul. At least from my understanding, yeah, I kind of think it could get a timetable overhaul. Not that there's nothing wrong with the timetable, but they should make a new timetable so that they're able to accommodate longer trains and stuff, because the main thing about Sandpatch Grade that makes the route so much different than other US freight routes is that you actually are building the consist for mainline freight trains on the route, which I don't think is seen on any other US freight route. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure most Sandpatch Grid is like one of the only routes where you actually get to build consists for their trains. So if Dovetail ever wanted to make longer trains for CS6 Sandpatch Grid, then they probably would have to overhaul the timetable, at least the mainline services, and maybe make the AC4400, the AC4400, SD40, GPA have their own dedicated services instead of them being substituted. But yeah, so definitely Sandpatch Grid should get longer trains and the newer freight physics. Probably get a new timetable alongside that. Definitely should get the new train sim world lighting. Definitely want to see that happen. And yeah. How long is this train? My train is 88 cars. I have, I believe, 7 locomotives, and we're over a mile long. What's your favorite route in Cajon Pass? What do you mean by that specifically? Like my favorite type of service on this route? Because honestly, I'm not too sure. I do enjoy like the high-speed runs between Barstow and Victorville. Those are fun. But then it's definitely fun to go down the grade and stuff. But it can get a little boring. Not necessarily because it's slow, but well, it is slow. But it's slow for such a long period of time. Because then, like, once you get like into this stretch of the line, this is when it begins to get boring. Yeah, okay, favorite service. Yeah, I'd probably say one of those two. One thing I'd also like to see Sandpatch Grid get in terms of upgrades are sound upgrades. Would love to see the AC. Personally, I don't think the AC4400 needs a new horn. I mean, definitely would be nice if it got one, but definitely the SD40 and GP38, those definitely need to get a new horn. I'd also love to see, you know, it's very possible that the new expansion pack for, it's very possible that the new expansion pack for the new US expansion pack might be like a GEVO for another operator, so maybe for CSX or Union Pacific. So if it's for CSX, then that would be really cool to see. Sandpatch Grid could really benefit from getting a GEVO added to it. Same for Sherman Hill. Okay, I guess I could say like the heavier trains, just because it's more of a challenge. So I guess I'll say, I'll probably just say grain. I'll probably just say like grain, cement, things such as that. Definitely maintaining solid speeds at the moment. Let's see, how close are we to the summit? We're getting there, but we still have a little bit. We're just actually now passing the Lucerne Valley subdivision. Now, one thing I honestly wish got improved was that I wish intermodal trains were heavier, because I feel like they'd be a lot heavier in real life. I don't know, they've always just felt way too light. I know on like Horseshoe Curve, like the intermodal trains, they basically feel like they're empty. Got 20 miles to go until we go past just outside of San Bernardino. we are going basically the speed of that RV right now. We're slowly catching up to it though. The race of the century. 14,000 ton BNSF freight train versus this RV. And the grade's about to get steeper. How do you change the locomotive from lead to trail? Now, on this route, I think it automatically sets it for you, but I believe if you wanted to actually do it, what you need to do is you have to go to the engine. That is not the engineer's main screen. The second screen. And then, I believe you then have to go to more options. And then, is it operator controls? Yeah. So then you go to auto brake, you'd press cut in, and then independent brake lead, and then that should set everything up, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's how you cut in the brakes on this train. No, we're losing to the RV. That's a major L. But I believe another line in the US where trains actually run on the left-hand side is the Metra Union Pacific Northwest line. I believe I watched some footage of it, and trains surprisingly run on the left on that route, which I genuinely wonder why that is. Because the line is operated by Union Pacific, so it's I've never seen that on a Union Pacific line. It's a bit strange. And the entire line is double tracked as well. Got a train on our right, dim the headlights. Oops, set them to dim. Looks like it's an oil train. I just looked up a picture, SC Wisconsin Real Fan, and this is actually what the cab display looks like in real life, except for maybe the one thing I'm not sure about is I don't think like this stuff right here is there, but I could be wrong. But like this layout up here and the stuff down here, that's correct. Now 35 miles an hour. 17 miles to go. Starting to gain some speed, although we're probably going to lose it in a moment. But we are getting close to the summit. Gone a pretty considerable distance. So now it's just this stretch of the line we have to go through. Alright, see you, Tyson Railroader. Thanks for coming. Now, my only problem with the sounds for the Jivo on this are, one, the horn. I feel like the horn could be a lot better. It's definitely better than the Horseshoe Curve ES44 horn, but I still feel like the horn isn't that great. It's definitely a step up, but it's still not perfect. Secondly, the traction motors. My biggest problem with them is that... Oh, we're crossing. Keep forgetting there's a crossing out here. My other problem is that I feel like the Jivo traction motors don't have enough of a grudge to them when in full power. Like, I feel like Notch 3 sounds more powerful than Notch 8. Yep, we are going down track 3. Surprisingly, I haven't had any services yet where I've gone down track 2, which is weird. Well, that might partially explain why, because there's a train going up it. But now, so far, I'm yet to see a service where two trains are going up or down this hill, because that does happen in real life. But I have not seen that yet on this route. Looks like the grades are about to go up again. Yeah, I haven't gone on track 2. Now, the funnier thing though is that I haven't done any services heading from San Bernardino to Barstow, and that's because I definitely like going down the steep 3% gradient. We are getting speed though, which is nice. Probably gonna lose it in a moment because now we're going up a 1.5% gradient, but it's alright. So I probably want to get the train speed down to about 10 miles per hour by the time I begin going downhill, just for safety reasons. I'd probably be safe going 15, but then as soon as I start going downhill, I should knock it down to 10. So then it gives me more wiggle room to be able to, gives me more time to react. So I should not be applying the brakes any faster than 15 miles per hour, or I will very much risk going down the hill. Oh. Look at this. This is hilarious. I love it. I'd say this should stay here. Best part of the route in terms of scenery. A bush on top of a power line. Lovely stuff. So far I've only done 5 timetables. This is gonna be my 7th. Yeah, I'm only gonna crest at 10 miles per hour because with these heavier trains, you need to be mad careful. And like I've seen videos of heavy trains going down the 3% gradient, and most of the time they're going no faster than 10 to 15 miles per hour, entirely for safety purposes. Now, which braking method do you use to go down the hill? Do you do the traditional way where you start with dynamics and then apply the brakes when you begin to lose control of your train? Or do you do the other way where you apply, I think you apply both the air brakes and the dynamic brakes, or you put like, I think you put the air brakes in like minimum reduction or something, and then just wait until the train begins to gain speed before you apply more brakes or something. I do it the first way, the traditional way at least. Alright, we're getting close. I put on the auto brake first, then the dynamics. Okay, so you do it the other way. So I do it the traditional way. So I start with dynamics, and then once I begin to lose control of my train, I apply the air brakes. Got an intermodal train right in front of us. I'm gonna dim the headlights so we do not blind the engineer. Hopefully at some point Dovetail finds ways to get more container brands, so we can see some more variety on the containers. It is nice that they have like all these unbranded colors. It makes the colorful, but it would be nice to see some more brands get added. Almost to the summit. This part of the route. This part, I feel like this is probably the least interesting part of the route because there isn't really a lot going on. It's really just like you and mountains and stuff. But yeah. Yes, I was blinded. I was blinded by the lights. a very funny person. Is that UP next to you? Where did you see that? Did you see? Was there something on the Palmdale cutoff? Let me see. Right now I do not see anything. I honestly still find it really disappointing that there's no playable Union Pacific services on this route. I feel like that would have made this route so much better, because there are Union Pacific trains that go down to Barstow and run on the Cajon Pass, and plus there's that one scenario where you are able to go on the Palmdale cutoff. So I just find it so weird that they're not playable. So I think Union Pacific they definitely don't have as much traffic as BNSF does, but they definitely still have a fair share of trains. I think like 20-ish, something along those lines. Oh, no, this is the Palmdale cutoff right here. So yeah, this line right here. Hopefully at some point Dovetail finds a way to, like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like the timetable in this route, it just feels kind of bare bones, in my personal opinion, because I feel like there's a lot of things Dovetail could have done that would have made the timetable of this route a lot more interesting. So obviously the Union Pacific services is a big one, but I'm also yet to see services that, because in real life there are times where you can have two trains racing up and down the 2% tracks 2 or tracks 1 and 2. I've yet to see that happen. And yeah, those are really the main things. Those are my biggest complaints with the timetable. Alright, well, we are now reaching the summit. So in a moment, I'm gonna cut the power, and we will begin to slow down. I'm probably gonna use the air brakes to slow down, just to conduct a brake test. I'm not gonna come to a stop, because I don't think engineers do that as often anymore. So we're just gonna use the air brakes to slow us down. Oops, wrong brake. And because we're still in the grade, lots of our train is still in the grade, we're gonna lose speed pretty quickly. So I'm gonna release the brakes around 20 miles per hour. So brakes are functional. We will be good to go. Going down the grade. Okay, maybe I applied the brakes a little too early. We'll stick at 15 miles per hour. Yeah. Let's get a little more. Let's get the power back on. Oh yeah, one thing I was also kind of disappointed about is that they could have also made there be some Norfolk Southern services, like maybe like one or two Norfolk Southern services, because foreign power is seen on this route from time to time. Would have been nice also to see maybe it's just foreign power on like some of the trailing units, such as like, yeah, because CSX and Norfolk Southern are seen as foreign power from time to time on Cajon Pass, so that was also mildly disappointing. But yeah. Alright, right now we're looking good. So I'm gonna change to the dynamic brakes, and I'm gonna put them into setup just to get them ready. Now it says there's a whistle board here, but there's no actual crossing. Yeah, we're just gonna let the train coast. might get some power going in a second. We're just gonna take it nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race at the end of the day, because we don't want to completely lose control of our train and then be going 60 miles an hour down the grade and end up derailing. Yeah, that would sound weird. Hopefully at some point Skyhook implements the new Gevo sounds to their ES44, but honestly I don't really see them doing it because I feel like Skyhook just doesn't, they're just a very quiet third-party developer. They're not really that transparent in comparison with like Dovetail and whatnot. Let's get a little bit of power. It's like they hardly release any sort of patches for their routes and stuff. It's mostly just Dovetail adding patches to the routes. Alright, we have made it to the summit. And now it's all downhill from here. And this is where the fun begins. So I'm going to cut the power. I'm going to put the dynamic brakes into setup. Give the dynamic brakes a brief moment to get ready. Then we will start slowly applying the dynamic brakes. Okay. Gonna start applying dynamic brakes about now. No, we're still losing speed. We're okay. Yeah, we're still waiting for the majority of our train to start cresting over the hill. Start applying some dynamic brakes. Gonna be very minimal with it. We're just gonna gradually apply them. And there it is. There's the grade. Came back just in time, Noah Hunt. We're now about to go down the super steep 3% gradient in a 14,000 ton train. So we're definitely in for a treat right now. Getting down the 3% gradient is probably the scariest thing ever. Can't imagine the amount of training that goes into training the engineers to be able to go down this grade safely. So I'm just gonna leave this on notch 3 for now, and then let the train gradually gain speed, and I'll just gradually apply dynamic brakes. Just gonna play it safe. Well, before I do, it's starting to get dark, so I'm gonna just open the blinds. Because the sun sets on out my window, so it can get really hot inside my room. My phone's also dying, so I'm just plugging it in, and let's go. Bit different than taking an IET down to Bristol. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Take it down nice and gently. .4%. Yeah, I am being overly cautious, but better safe than sorry. Gives me a lot more time to react. And at the end of the day, freight is not about getting to your destination as fast as you physically can. It's all about getting to your destination as safely as possible. Hello, Keegan Johnson. Welcome to the stream. Alright, we are now gaining speed. Now, surprisingly, I haven't had an instance yet where I've completely lost control of my train. I've had some instances where I do end up losing my control of my train briefly. It's like I've gone up to like 30 miles per hour on this, but I've never like completely lost control where like there's nothing I can physically do to save my train. Alright, so we are now gaining speed, so I'm gonna start applying more dynamic brakes in a moment, probably once we hit 10 miles per hour again. But really, the strategy for going down this hill is you need to be applying the air brakes as little as you physically can. So you need to make every brake application count. Even though it's only 3 miles, you gotta make sure you're not applying the brakes too much, or you're going to run out of air, so then you can't apply the brakes. Alright, we are starting to gain speed, so I'm gonna do... There we go. Alright, we're okay. Just taking it down nice and slow. You've gone up to 125. Holy smokes. We're taking it down nice and gently. And usually, I think this is how slow driver engineers should be going in real life. At least if you're in a heavier train, that is. But we also got 7 locomotives keeping us still. Right, we're gaining speed. I'll apply more dynamic brakes once we get to like 9 miles per hour. We're fanning our speed right now. Yep, we gotta go all the way down here. But then once we hit the 2.2% gradient, then it becomes a lot easier. It's still difficult, but it's definitely a lot more manageable than this monstrosity. Yeah, we'll go notch 7. I mean, usually, like, from the footage I've seen, most trains go down this 3% gradient at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Maybe 20 if they're lighter. But any faster than that would be way too dangerous. Alright, so now we're starting to full and gain speed. So now I need to be very wise with my brake applications. Now Noah, are there any like freight corridors in the UK that like have steep gradients similar to this? Or is everything a lot more flat? Now of course it's not as much of a problem for the UK since trains are significantly lighter and much shorter, so it's not as much of a challenge in comparison to this. But are there still any areas like where trains need to be, where there like freight trains do need to be going down slowly but surely? How many trains does Main 3 see? I don't know honestly, but I feel like not as much as Train Sim World represents. I feel like a lot more trains go down mains 1 and 2 for safety reasons. So usually I think heavier trains most of the time would probably be going down mains 1 and 2, or yeah, mains 1 and 2. I think it's more the lighter trains that go down this in real life. so far we're doing okay on our speed. Where's our train at? Okay, so we're going down the 0.6, but our entire train is not yet down the 3% gradient yet. Alright, so now we have officially lost control of our train. So now I need to be outrageously smart with my brake usage. So I'm gonna hit the brakes at about 15 miles per hour. And I probably need to do about, we'll start on initial reduction, but if that, I don't think that's gonna be enough. So I'm gonna go probably to like 30% braking. Okay, right now we're looking good. Look at that view. Beautiful. Scary, but beautiful. Alright, we're at 13. We are looking good. Right. Brakes are applied. Set the independent to bail off so that we do not lose traction in our dynamics. See, if we go up to 17, I'm going to apply more brakes. Knock the brake pressure down to 80. Alright, we're looking okay. Alright, we're looking good. I might have just got really lucky because right now, nope. Okay, no, we're losing speed. All right, so now I'm gonna knock our speed down to about maybe 8 miles an hour. Because again, I want to give the train enough time to release the brakes, or to let the brakes release on the whole train, so that I'm able to rebuild up the air, so I can apply the brakes again. Right now, we're looking really good, in a really good position. Will we see any Metrolink in trains in the future? Just depends if they're ever able to get a license for it. Because right now, they definitely do not have the licensing for Metrolink. As much as I'd love to see Metrolink, I personally don't think we'll see it yet, but never say never. Yeah, now Noah, do you know, I'm guessing that means that like most freight is hauled by like trucks and stuff? Or is it like very high frequency freight rail? Yeah, right now we're looking really good. I did a really good timed brake application. This is what I want. I want to slowly lose speed so I can really maximize my use of the brakes. We're very slowly losing speed, which is exactly what I want. Do they have licenses for Thameslink yet? Yes, they do. Yeah, I believe the Thameslink logo is in a livery designer, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong though. A couple of freight branches, maybe just not any freight specific corridors, just not worth it as there's not as many freight trains in the UK. Yeah, most freight is done by other means of transport. Okay. Looking super good right now. Yeah, look at that. Going down at a very gentle pace. But it looks like it kind of looks like we're starting to lose our momentum. But I think that is our entire train. Oh yeah, we are definitely down the whole 3% grade. Beautiful. Yeah, since we're in a very stable point right now. Might as well get some pictures. Like, just, the scenery is really nice in this area. Okay, definitely not going to release the brakes. I'm probably not going to release until like 8 miles per hour. Let's see, how far are we? We're maybe like 30% of the way there. What would I say is the halfway point of this grade? Probably around here-ish. So we definitely still got a ways to go. So at about 8 miles per hour, I'm gonna release the brakes. I believe Germany has like some dedicated freight corridors, but I could be wrong. And I think they do it entirely so that they're not getting in the way of passenger trains. Alright, so let's release the brakes. I also just bail off the independent brake just in case, because I feel like I've had like maybe 1 or 2 instances where the dynamic brakes cut out because I released the brakes, but I don't think it's supposed to be a thing, but I don't know. Alright, so now we're very rapidly gaining speed. Okay, so we're giving the rear of the train as much time as we physically can to get it to let the brakes recharge. We're at 12 miles per hour, 13. So at 15 miles per hour, I will apply the brakes. Alright, bail off. Alright, if we go up to 17 miles per hour, I'm going to apply some more brakes. You know what, I'd say 18. No, we're still gaining speed. Alright, get a little more brakes going. If we go up to 18, I'll apply more, get the brake pressure down to, the brake pipe down to 80. Nope, we're holding it. Oh man, 3.1%. Holy smokes. You should always bail out whenever you touch the out brake. Okay, so that is what I have. That is what I've been doing. Alright, we're looking good. I wonder where that memorial is for the 1996 Cajon passed around. I think it's supposed to be like at this curve in real life, but sadly I don't think it's represented in TSW. All I know is that it happened at some sort of left-hand curve on the route. Oh, look at that. We are hanging on. I think I just perfectly timed the brakes again, because now we're going exactly 17 miles per hour. Is Philly to New York ever coming to train support? I mean, it's definitely a possibility. That's what I'm hoping is the US route. But I have a very good feeling it's going to be the New Haven line, which I would not be happy about. But it could also be New Jersey Transit. It could be like the Morristown line, or maybe the North Jersey coastline. Those two routes I'd be really happy with. Could also be a completely new operator, but very likely it'll be something in the Northeast. Right. Wow. Yeah, we're going. Yeah, I think we're just very gradually perfect. I usually do not get this much luck when going downhill, but right now I'm doing really good. I have really good control of my train right now. Look at that. Oh yeah, you can see the gradient. The code said its overhead lines and the New Haven line uses the third rail as well, so maybe that would be a different code. Maybe it would include both, but I feel like that then it would completely give it away. Brief moment there. Are there any trains on the Palmdale cutoff? Nope. That's looking like a no. Yeah, I don't know how. Oh wait, we're gaining speed. All right, apply more brakes. We just I guess because we hit that 3.3%, we probably just gradually gained speed. A little more brakes there. But again, this is still really good position. Should be losing speed now. Yeah, I really hope it's not the New Haven line either. It's just not a good part of the Northeast Corridor. It's genuinely the worst part. Like, I would not want to be driving in a Acela on a route like that. It's just way too slow. Like, literally the only thing that's remotely interesting about that route is the M8 and that there's a power change that you can do while in motion. But that's about it. Yeah, exactly. New York to Philly is definitely a far superior route. Yeah, definitely a much better route. Oh. I think we did it. Did we though? No, I think it's gonna get, I have a feeling it's gonna get steeper in a moment. I don't think we made it just yet. Yeah, I believe this is where I believe this is supposed to be where the memorial is for the 1996 derailment. It's not recreated here, so that's kind of sad. Yeah, we're going down nice and slowly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the M8 isn't really that impressive of a train. It's literally just an overhead electric version of the M7 with a slightly different appearance. It's not really that impressive of a train, if you ask me. Alright, we're back to 3%, so I'm glad I did not ease off the brakes at all. But that 2% greeting did help with us slowing down. So that's good. I probably could have just left the brakes where I left them and I probably would have slowed down. But it's okay. Wait, Noah, do you actually have the New Haven line on TS? Because it sounds like you have it. Unless you just watched a lot of gameplay of it. Alright, release the brakes. Okay, I might have released the brakes a little late, but it's okay. Better safe than sorry. No, we're getting speed. So I think that was a good move. But New York to Philadelphia, I just feel like it has the potential of being literally the best US route in Train Sim World. I don't think anything would be able to come close to it. Because it has remotely everything it needs to be a great route. It's a nice 90-mile long route. Most of the line averages about 90 to 125 miles per hour. The Acela is able to go 150 miles per hour for about 24 miles. Amtrak has about, I think, 8 stops between New York and Philadelphia. Let's see, New York Penn, Newark Penn, Newark Airport, Metro Park, New Brunswick, Princeton Junction, Trenton, Cornwallis Heights, North Philadelphia, and Philadelphia. They got 10 stops. Wow, that's crazy. is that Amtrak has 10 stops on the route with all different stopping patterns. So lots of variety for Amtrak. Oh yeah, just the fact that Amtrak has their own stopping patterns. So you have some that will stop more than others. This also would introduce the Viewliners, the Keystone Cab Car. Let me apply more brakes. And then the Northeast Corridor, New Jersey Transit's Northeast Corridor line is the busiest, the busiest New Jersey Transit line, which has tons of action, very good variety in services, from just stopping services between New York Penn and Jersey Avenue to fast express runs between Trenton and New York Penn. Lots of great action. The AL would be a great route to introduce the ALP 45 and 46 on. And if they're able to get a SEPTA license, adds on yet another operator to train some world with more electric multiple units. It's just overall a really good route. It can definitely become the busiest train sim world route, or not the busiest route in TSW, but the busiest US route. That's a fact. I only have it because it was one of the 3 base routes I bought for TSC in 2015. Oh, okay. New Haven line is not the busiest. There's a lot less Amtrak trains running north of New York. It's only just the Northeast Regional and the Vermonter. But yeah, Amtrak runs like 130 trains south of New York, so that's 20 Acellas, about 70-ish Northeast Regionals, about 20-ish Keystone services, and then the rest is long distance services. It's just the Silver Star, Silver Meteor, Vermonter, Carolinian, Pennsylvanian, Cardinal, and some other stuff. It's just a much busier route. Most of the traffic on the New Haven line is Metro North. Alright, we're looking good right now. Holding 17 miles per hour. The grade's gone down to 2.7%. So I think we have successfully done it. Too easy. Alright, we are gaining speed, but I'm honestly not too concerned. If we go up to 19 miles per hour, I will apply more. But I have a feeling we're gonna lose speed very shortly. No, it's not looking like it right now. We are looking really good right now. Alright, we just hit 19, so I'm going to apply some brakes. Hopefully that'll get us down. Yeah, an extension to Southeast for the Harlem line I think would be really beneficial for the route. Because then it'll make the Southeast services so much more enjoyable, because you would start out just as a stopper service, calling at most of the stops between North White Plains and Southeast, which I think is only like maybe 7-ish stops, something like that. And then you get to run express all the way to Grand Central Terminal. Like, that sounds fun. And there's grade crossings on the route, and the scenery is so much different. So it's overall, it would be a great extension to do. I don't think the route needs to be extended to Wassaic though, because I mean, if Dovetail could, that would be cool. Hang on. Keep forgetting it's a grade crossing down here. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I mean, it would be cool if Dovetail also extended the route to Wassaic, because then you would be able to have at the P32 and have the shuttle services. That would be some really different gameplay. But I personally don't think that's going to happen. But extending the route to Southeast, that'd be really good. mean, I think the main benefit if they did extend the route to Wasake is not only would you have the shuttle services, but you would also have some rush hour diesel services that run the full length of the route, which that would be cool. Alright, we are looking really good because now we're on the 2% gradient. But of course, we still have most of our trains still on the 3% gradient, so I still am not safe yet. I just need to be outrageously careful. So I'd say at about 8 miles an hour, I'm gonna release the brakes. But at some point, I would love to see the Hudson line in Train Sim World. That would be cool to see at some point. I feel like it's objectively better than the Harlem line. Oh jeez, we lost me quick. Alright, we should be good to go. Driving the P32 up the Harlem and the peak times must be great. You are the star of the line at that point. But definitely the Hudson line is a golden opportunity to add the Genesis locomotives. Even if it's not the P42, P32 is still very close. Yeah, Crow and Harmon is the Hudson line. So again, I feel like the Hudson line should probably be a separate route, but it would be cool if they merged it with the Harlem line. So then it's just one big timetable. I'm gonna pause the game real quick because it's now super dark in my room and now I can't see anything, so I'm gonna turn on a lamp. There we go. Alright, so now we're slowly gaining speed. Yeah, we got past the hardest part of the route. Major GG's. But yeah, we still got a little bit to go until our train's off the grade, but it's gonna get progressively easier. Alright, we got 14 miles to go. It's going to be a very long 14 miles, but hey, we got past the hardest part of the route. It should feel good. It's super satisfying to be able to do that correctly. Now as you can see, we are slowing down, or we're starting to stop accelerating. So we are almost off the 3% grade. I'll be honest, I think the M7's better than the M3. One, because it definitely has much better controls. It's definitely a much better handling train. Two, it definitely has much better sounds. And three, I honestly think it looks better. That's just my opinion, though. Like, I definitely do like the M3 for its like old metro-looking appearance. But I feel like I objectively prefer the M7. So since we're now on the 2% gradient, I can apply the brakes a lot later now. So probably at like 25 miles per hour, I'll be just fine. So we're just gonna rely on the dynamics for now. Actually, wait a second. I think our speed's about to level out. Sorry, I think now I can technically just go off of dynamics if I was to stay at this speed, but I want to go faster so we can reduce travel time. So I'm gonna ease off of the dynamics in a moment. Yeah, I definitely do like newer trains, but usually I prefer older trains as well. Like 90s, trains built in the 90s are some of my favorites. That's definitely the prime of EMD in my personal opinion. And I'm not saying that because that was when the F59 PHI was built. But I feel like there was just a lot of good trains that were built in the 90s. So I feel believe the P42 was also built in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about it though. It might have been the late 80s. I forgot. Alright, so yeah, we are not gaining any more speed, so I'm gonna ease off the dynamics, and we're gonna let our train gain some speed. We're gonna intentionally have our train lose control. I feel like the problem nowadays is that with like the train community as a whole is that we tend to just full on hate whatever is like if a train's to get replaced. I feel like we just tend to completely hate on it. Now, some stuff justifiably yes, because the Avelia absolutely sucks. The Acela is factually far superior than the Avelia, but other replacements I can argue are honestly pretty decent. Like the SC44 Chargers, they've really grown on me. Definitely really solid locomotives. Super, really good really good sounds. Alright, so now I'm gonna go full dynamics. But yeah. 13 miles to go. Yeah, it's like, we like newer trains, it's just, we don't like them as much as the older stuff. Of course the F59 PHI is still my favorite train of all time, but it doesn't give me any reason to hate the Chargers. Oh yeah, also can I just say, the friggin' Via Rail Chargers, or I guess you could call them Canadian Chargers, they look so freaking good. They have a really good look to them. I love the nose. I love the nose on them. Super good looking. I also like the cab on the ALC 42. Also has a really nice look to it. So honestly, I'm kind of excited for the new Amtrak Aero coaches. Those look really nice. We are slowly gaining speed. I think there's a grade crossing coming up. Oh, yeah, there is. Let's watch our train go by at it. Yeah, let's watch the train from, oh yeah, that's nice. That's a nice angle. Ugh. That definitely doesn't look too great. I mean, not the actual, like, you know, things on the tracks, but, like, just the road doesn't blend in at all, and plus you can see, like, the ballast and stuff. The hotel's never really been that good when it comes to railroad crossings. Alright, we're now going about 23 miles per hour, so I need to be a bit careful. I like how the crossings have different bell sounds. It's definitely a nice little touch. Lovely. Okay, I think I applied the brakes a little too early. I probably am able to get up to 30 miles per hour without too many problems. Oh, that's big. How far do we got to go? Well, we're almost on the straightaway. Palmdale Pet is still very high above us. Still no UP trains. Nope. We're gently losing speed. Yeah, no, it does make sense, Noah. Alright, let's release... Oops, wrong brakes. I'm also gonna set the dynamic brakes to notch 7, just so we can gain speed again. So I probably, this time, I'm gonna apply the brakes at 27 miles per hour, maybe 28. Now 28's kind of risking it. So I say we do 27. Yeah. But again, we gotta give the train a little bit of time to release. So let's go back to full dynamics. So we successfully made it through the San Andreas Fault. Got 13 miles to go. Looks like the green's leveling out a little bit. Good on our speed right now. Got 12 miles to go. That was definitely quite a challenge. The amount of precision and practice it takes just to be able to go down the grade safely is definitely not easy. After this, I might do an SD40 service. Bail off. Again, I'm not too worried, because again, this is just a minimum brake application. 30 miles per hour though, that's when I should be concerned. You also have to give the brakes a moment. Yeah, you just have to give the brakes a moment to actually apply, so then it progressively becomes more effective. So probably I could even be able to apply the brakes at 28 miles per hour. After this, I might do a service in the SD40. Because I don't think I've played any SD. I don't think I've played the SD40 on the street yet. Good on our speed right now. We've gone through most of the routes, and now it's just this long straightaway, which unfortunately is not fast because it's all downhill. Pull off the dynamic brakes a little bit. Forgot to set the dynamics to full, but it's alright. Should be okay. So our main reservoir set to 133. I think that's the main thing we need to be paying attention to in terms of like how much air I actually have. Because I think, I could be wrong, I think it's supposed to be like 135 or something. We're at 27. At 28, I will apply the brakes. Bail off the brakes. Okay, we hit 30. I'm going to apply more brakes. Set the brakes to 80. 79 is fine. Just got to be really careful. Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, we're losing speed. whistle board, but I don't see any crossings anywhere. Got 9.5 miles to go. That's not even to get into San Bernardino. It's just outside of it. We're slowly but surely getting there. Set the dynamics to 7. Thanks for counting, Noah. Nine miles to go. It's gonna be a very long 9 miles, that's for sure. Yep. Let's take off the dynamics again. Dynamics. Switch back to the automatic brakes. And then this time we're going to do the same we did last time. We're going to apply the brakes at 28 miles per hour, but I'm going to try to not apply as much. Because we slowed down relatively quickly with 40% brakes on a brake cylinder of 79. spam got deleted, people just joining the stream will see my comment and think, what the heck is going on here? And except most viewers on, who at least frequently watch my streams, know about like the spam bots and stuff, so it's not much of a shocker. Hang on a sec, I just noticed something. Oh, it was just a weird illusion from the cap. Alright, 27 miles per hour. Bail off on the brakes. Seems like we're holding just on minimum reduction. Oh, look at that, we're completely flat. So we might be gradually losing speed though. But this is good. This will definitely get us some speed. It's definitely not going to be there for another 20 to 30 minutes. Probably 30. Yeah, we're slowly losing speed. I've never seen the spam bots on his channel though. I maybe once, but I feel like it's happened to me a lot more often. Probably because it's supposed to be more targeted towards like smaller channels and stuff to try to like scam people or something. I guess because they're under the impression that like a small YouTuber would be more likely to be a kid or something. I don't know. The part that's dumb though is that you can't like IP ban anyone. I don't know if, I'm guessing YouTube has the ability to IP ban people, but it's kind of dumb that you can't like IP hide anyone on your streams and stuff, because that would be nice. Because then it would just stop people from making like spam alt accounts. Now, about over here is where the 1989 compass derailment occurred. The train somehow managed to get all the way down the grade at 90 miles per hour and then ended up derailing down here. I'm just surprised how it was able to get down the entire grade without derailing. What a coincidence. Well, channel latency, or video, or stream latency. Oh, we're getting speed again. Okay, so I might have to apply some brakes in a moment. I'm guessing the grade just got slightly steeper or something. Alright, I'm gonna apply the brakes in just a moment. Actually, no, it looks like we're really gaining speed now. Let's see, we're at 81. Do a little more brakes. I think my streams have like a 15-second latency if I'm not mistaken. looking really good on speed. 30 miles per hour is definitely where I'd want to be. But of course I don't get that most of the time. I just keep fanning between 15 and 30 miles per hour. At least we're now on the final straightaway. Hello there, RV. Wait, are you a truck? Yeah, you're a truck. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm delaying you. It's not honking at me. Hey, stop. Shut up. Shut up. With your stupid, goofy, blue car thing. Seriously, who drives a car with that ugly shade of blue? Like, come on, man. Get a better taste in color. Now, something I want to try it at some point is have a car cross the tracks, and then I'll just get I'll put my camera like on the tracks, get a car to forcefully stop on the tracks, and then have the train hit it. See if that actually can work. Be very big brain. Nope, wrong brakes. Release the brakes. Speed. Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. That car was completely flying. Just levitating. This is Elon Musk's new Tesla model. Got 4.3 miles to go. We are getting there. That is a violation of the law, Noah Hunt. Got a train on, is that an SD40? Appears so. Let me dim the headlights. Alright, little more on the brakes. Get the headlights back on. Oh, look! Oh, it's that one freight service that has the DPUs in the middle. That's cool. Alright, I need to apply more brakes. Because we are still gaining speed. Alright, there you go. Now we're losing speed. Is it possible to clip streams? I might go back and clip that because it was kind of funny. Plus it will hold evidence against whoever maintains the crossings. I know you're able to like clip stuff into shorts, like with like the audio and stuff, but I don't think you're actually able to clip stuff. That is something I wish YouTube would do. I think you just have to go back into the stream and just find it and like screen record it or something. That's what I do. Hold on a second, what am I seeing here? Look at this levitating car. That car was just full on levitating. The car was bloody levitating. It's still levitating. Some next gen Tesla technology. Oops, wrong brakes. Alright, we're looking good right now. Looks like the grade levels out in just a moment. In a couple hundred yards. It looks like the grade level's out, so I probably would be able to go on just the dynamics for a while. Miles to go. We're very close. Not a very direct way to get into San Bernardino, but oh well. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna apply the air brakes. There's just no need to. That's a major grade difference between 2% and a 0.5% grade. I thought we were going to go uphill for a moment. just clipped it. Yeah, you could try putting it in the chat, just see what happens. You could also put it in the Discord. Good. 1.9 miles, we have a stop signal, so I need to be a bit careful. And usually I have to stop before that red signal, usually for like a departing train. So most likely we are gonna have to wait for something, but we'll just have to wait and see. Just maybe we won't. That's the part that sucks about Go Vias, is that they won't change until you go past the Go Via. Which I wish it wasn't like that. And once I get like a caution signal, then I'll probably start braking. At least get down to a more ideal speed. I couldn't find the stream where my car got hit, unfortunately. Oh yeah, because I made the video unlisted. Yeah, I enlist most of my streams, unless it's like a first look or some sort of special stream. Signals nearby. They'll give me a good indication of... Nope. Seriously, there's like no signal warnings? That's concerning. Looks like the grade's about to level out though. Yeah, I think we did it. Successfully made it down the grade. It's now 1.2%. That's pathetic. Alright, let's see if our signal turns green or not. I'm hoping it does. Alright, we're good. Alright, I'm gonna release the brakes, and I'm just gonna let the dynamics take us down the rest of the way. I think yeah, it is gonna go down to 30 regardless, but I'm gonna enjoy it for now. Be able to maintain our current speed. Yeah, we successfully done it. We now got 2.9 miles. But I believe the speed limit goes down to 30 very soon, so I'm probably going to leave us at where we're at. Diverging. Yeah, 1 mile, I gotta slow down to 30. So I'm gonna leave us at 30. We'll probably be alright. Moving to the right again. Off with the dynamics. Ow. Just went straight into that tree. Okay, grade's leveling out. We have successfully done it. We have done a successful full-length run on Cajon Pass. Wow. Now approaching San Bernardino. There's San Bernardino Station. Very well modeled. It would be really cool to see the Metrolink San Bernardino line at some point, though. That would be a good route. Alright, say we cut the dynamics. Probably gonna use the dynamics a little. Actually, no, I don't think I'm gonna need the dynamics, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'll check it out after the stream. Let's get some power going. Major success. Now it's just a matter of bringing our train to a safe halt without going off the map. Now you can't spad, or it's very hard to spad on this route, but it is possible to go off the map because I think you hit the map order before you actually hit the red signal. So you definitely do not want to overshoot on this route. Yeah, we made it. go. Now going downhill. Where are we stopping? In a random place. Oops. Alright, let's apply air brakes. Bring it in nice and gently. Release our brakes for just a brief moment. I'll probably start applying them again, like about 500 yards. It kind of sucks that this yard's on a steep 1% grade. Let's get a little more brakes. Alright, we're looking good. Good. Looks like I just need to start. Oh, yeah, like right before the beginning of the curve. Alright, let's get a little more brakes. Actually, a lot more brakes. Come on. The reason I'm trying to apply more brakes is because I do not want to get knocked off the map. Should be fine though. Okay, we have successfully made it. That took us 2 hours and 7 minutes. So then plus 45. So yeah, that took us about little less than 3 hours to complete. That was quite a journey, to say the least. That was pretty nuts. Alright, so now let's do probably a single service in the SD40, and then I'm probably going to call it a day. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, that was a full-length run of Cajon Pass. And we drove very professionally. Alright, so what services we got? Now we don't have a lot to choose from, so I'll choose something that's like averagely length. Drive this mixed freight SD40-2 service from San Bernardino to Hesperia. Oh god, that's 2 hours. No thank you. Local service from Hesperia to Barstow. I mean, that sounds kinda cool. Maybe, I'll consider. Drive this local service to Victorville. I kinda wanna do something with switching. Switching work at Barstow. Wait a second. This local service runs the full length of the route. Holy smokes. Victorville to Thorn. Ah, interesting. Take over this local service from Thorn to Victorville. Wait, Victorville to Thorn, Thorn to Victorville. Barstow Yard switching. San Bernardino to Hesperia. Whoa. Switching work at Barstow. 8. These are all different lengths. I like that, but do I want to do something just in Barstow? Not too sure, honestly. Drive this from Victoryville. Victoryville Cement. Unless, is this a continuation of a service up here? No, it's not. I'm not sure what I want to do. Drive the Soci. I'm going through all the services again just to see what there is. That would be cool. I think you should do that. I mean, Victorville to Thorn, but like, is there any switching involved with it? Maybe there is. It's like, it doesn't seem there's like a lot of switching other than switching in Barstow. I say we do, yeah, I say we do this. I say we do these two services, so Victorville to Thorn and Thorn to Victorville. We'll do those two services. This time we'll do clear, but we'll have dynamic weather on, and we'll set the weather to June just so we don't get snow. Because snow in California is very impractical unless it's in like Mammoth Mountain or Big Bear, somewhere with high altitudes. Alright. Try this. Alright, take over a local service from Victorville to Thorn. Are you seriously only 2 locos? That's a bro moment. Maybe we're then taking... I just want to see what this schedule looks like. Oh, couple to formation. Oh, okay. I see. So this does have some layers to it. So let's get the train all set up. Step lights on. Turn on the gauge lights. That's a very bright yellow / green reverser. Alright, independent brake set to full. Set that to release. That's already set to freight for us. That's set to lead or dead. Let's see, what do we got back here? Dynamic brake cutout. Number lights are on. Engine room lights, platform lights. That's all good. What about in here? This stuff is all on. Warning devices, yeah, we'll turn that on. And I think we're all good to go. Just get a quick picture before we get going. Let's get going. Also, let's open the windows. Oh, I completely forgot to check switches. Oh, we're going backwards. Just realized. Alright, so let's see what. Okay, so I need to change that switch. Those switches are fine. Come on. Let me lock on to this. Alright, we're good. Come on. This is such a pain. Alright, so all those switches are good except for this one. So the first switch. Alright, let's go head out right. Wait. Head out right. Oh, whoops, wrong direction. Alright, problem fixed. Definitely don't need to go far, because I just need to change that single switch. Cajon Junction, I do not. I play on Xbox Series S. Alright, let's come to a stop. Alright, full independent brakes. I like how that's just markered on. That's funny. Oh look, you can turn on the air conditioning. That's cool. It's a nice little Easter egg. Alright, let's hop out of the train. Let's manually change the switch. And everything else is properly set. Alright, it's all good. Alright, sit back down, head out the right. It says we just gotta stop here, and then got a couple to 9 vehicles. But what 9 vehicles though? Unless are they like? Oh, okay, they're behind me. Okay, I see. Release the brakes. Gently come to a stop so that the wheels don't lock. Alright, couple of formation, 9 vehicles. First I need to verify that The rear coupler is opened. I probably should have done that when I changed the switch. Let's take a look. It looks unlocked, but let me... Oh, okay. So that has unlocked. Alright, and now I got a couple up to the 9 cars. Pretty hard to see the coaches, but I'm not too worried about it. Pretty hard to see the coaches from back here. Let's begin applying the brakes. Nice and gently. Good. One thing I'm gonna quickly change is I saw that the headlights on the rear logo are enabled for whatever reason, so I'm gonna just shut them off. Can I reach them from in here? Ah, I can't. Seriously? That's lame. Alright, well, those headlights are just gonna have to stay on then. Alright, well, we are all good to go. So now we just gotta go to Thorn. And I believe all the switches should be all set in stone for me, but I'm just gonna... Nope, that switch isn't set. Okay, so it's just the switch onto the main line. Oh wait, but what? What about this? That's fine. That's fine. And then we can just proceed down the main line like usual. Oh, look at this. I get to go on the opposite track. Okay, that's interesting. Just see. Okay. Okay, this is going to be interesting to say the least. So, just gotta verify again what switch I need to change. So I believe, yeah, it's this switch right here. Alright, so I got that in mind. Let's get going. And off we go. How heavy are we? 1.6 thousand tons. So let's see. Alright, we are getting close, so I'm gonna have to come to a stop. very soon. So it's not the first. Okay, so it's not that set of tracks that I'm diverging onto. It's the next set. Probably should use the air brakes. Let's cut the power. Let's apply the brakes. That might have been cutting it. No, we should be okay. Or maybe not. We should be fine. Full service. Alright, head out the front. Let's change the switch. Okay, now we can proceed onto the main line. Alright, let's go. Oh, whoops. Alright, let's release the air brakes. Alright, our brakes should be all good to go. And let's get going. Let's pull back the power. Let me just make sure this switch is all good to go. Yeah, we're fine. Can I really not speed up for another mile? Dang, that's gonna suck.
guys, we are about to commit some major trolling right now. We're going to leave this car stuck on the tracks. So then it gets hit by our train. Big brain. Just gotta wait for the crossing gate set. I think all the cars will freeze. Someone still in the chat, then click this. It's not going to be that big because I'm only going 10 miles per hour, but it's going to be a very anticlimactic train collision.
Also, your car deserves to get destroyed because that is the ugliest looking shade of yellow I've ever seen in my life. Slowly getting there. Come on. Almost there. H should have already gone down. But they have not for whatever reason. Oh, there they go. Oh man, it's not gonna hit the ugly yellow car. See it? Hey, nope, you ain't going anywhere, buddy. Near miss. Oh man, disappointing. Well, that was a fail. So I wanted to see it from a good angle. We should be able to speed up in just a moment. There we go. Now we can speed up. That took forever. Probably if I timed it better, then it would have been a perfect, like, last second collision. Shifting gears. Let's get a picture. Love. That sounds nice. But this time we're on the opposite track. Yeah, no, it's basically the train. The SD40 shifts gears. Like it kind of like that's kind of what it is. It's like it's shifting gears. Is basically what it's doing. Just so it can rev into a higher like power output and whatnot. Let's get a nice shot at this crossing. Lovely. And we actually get to go fast. Alright, we're now entering the Frost crossover. Going on the underside this time. Two and a half miles, gotta slow down to 15. I wonder if there's anything waiting for us. I don't think so. Don't see why there would be something waiting for us. There we go, lovely. Is there anything coming on the other side? No, there is not. Good stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see. Because we're branching onto a third track. Yeah, we probably should slow down now. It's probably pushing this a bit. Okay. Release the brakes. Get a little bit of power going. Is there anything behind us? No, there is not. That's disappointing. Alright, we're now branching out the line. Are those, can you actually activate those derails? It doesn't look like it. Imagine if you actually could, that'd be so funny. Yeah, that would be funny if you could trigger the derail. And I believe the switch is fine. Yeah, it is. There. You know, I personally don't think I'm gonna finish the second service. I'll finish this service and then I think I'm gonna end stream because I'm starting to get tired. And I've been streaming for a relatively long time. So then I just have to, it looks like I then just have to back up the train and then uncouple. Cut the power. Oh, this is taking a lot longer to stop than I expected. Alright. So now I'm guessing we have to reverse. Yep. Alright. So I need to go manually change that switch. That's set. That's correct. Okay, so it's just the switch behind us. So we just gotta hop out. Hop out. Let's run to the back of the train. Alright, let's hit the switch. Beautiful. Alright, now let's run back. Why did they have us go all the way out here? I think that's a little stupid. No. Alright, let's get back in. Switch has been set. Reverser is already set. Oh! Oh, that derail is a signal, apparently. Ay, ay, ay. But again, there's no derail on this. It's weird. Unless this is one of those derails you like put on the tracks or something, but dang, I just realized that now. That would have been really bad. Oh well. Alright. That is a good question. No, probably not. Now, it is pretty common to see derails here in California. So yeah. Like, I see those all the time, like when riding trains and like sightings and whatnot. Just as a safety mechanism for if a train was to ever be a runaway, to help the train safely derail. Probably gonna use the dynamics to prevent us from losing control. We are on a 1.6% gradient. Uh-oh. There you go. Didn't realize I was gonna need this much. Looks like the grade then levels out in a moment. The grade's starting to level out now. Oh, we're going up. Turn off the dynamics and we'll go back to the air brakes. As long as I don't go into the buffers, then I'll be good. I'm gonna use the map to just see where the heck I'm going. Brakes. That should get us right about in the right spot. Let's take a picture before I uncouple the wagons. Or wagons, cars. I'm not British. Alright, so now let's hop out. And it's a couple. Alright, there we go. That took us 42 minutes, holy smokes. Sit back in the cab for a sec. Hold on, I just want to see what the service is. Oh. Oh, I see. You drop off the train and you just head back to Victorville. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on doing that. I'll probably just do it off stream or something. So I think that is gonna be it for today's stream, everyone. I'm getting pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, consider liking the stream and subscribing to the channel for more Train Sim World content and streams. I hope you all enjoyed. This is Crazy Dash. Peace out.